It's a Sunday morning as I read Romans chapter 8, and I'm going to continue in the little section about which we read about groaning and how the earth and nature and we all groan for the return of Christ. So I'm at verse 26 and I'll go through verse 30, just 4 verses. In the same way, the Spirit also joins to help in our weakness, because we do not know what to pray for as we should, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us with unspoken groanings. Sometimes things are so bad. Sometimes we are so upset. Sometimes the pressure is so great. We want to pray, but we don't know how to pray. And His Spirit that lives in us intercedes, talks to God for us, groans for us. Verse 27, and He who searches the hearts knows the Spirit's mindset, because He intercedes for the saints according to the will of God. When the Spirit is praying for me, it's a perfect prayer. He knows my heart. He knows my need. He knows your need. Verse 28, we know that all things work together for the good of those who love God, those who are called according to His purpose. This very familiar scripture many have memorized says all things work together for good. When you are going through difficult times, you must believe God will do something good in these difficult times. The difficult days in which you are living now, whether it's a health issue, whether it's the war, whatever it may be, God can, will, and I promise before you do something good. He will remind you of His goodness, His greatness. You can look back at some point and say, oh, I see what God did. He did something great in that thing that was taking place, which was not good. He helped someone come to Him. He helped my family wake up and see Him clearly. So God promises to do good in all things. Things will work out for our good if we follow His will. Verse 29, for those He foreknew, so those that God knew about ahead of time, He also predestined. He determined, hey, they will be conformed. They will be made to look like me in the image of His Son, so that He would be the firstborn among many brothers. And those He predestined, those He selected, those He knew it would happen with, He also called. And those He called, He also justified. And those He justified, He also glorified. God has a purpose for my life and for your life. This predestination, it just means that when you were created by God, He had a plan for you. He had things that He wanted to do through your life. So as we surrender our lives to Him, we must believe in these difficult days in which we live, and they are, that God is still doing a great thing. All things work together for those who love Him. And those He created, He has a plan for you. He has a purpose for you. So, as you live this day, would you ask Him, God, show me every day how I can fulfill that you have prepared for me. Thank you for the good. Thank you for the bad. I want your plan in my life. That's Romans 8, 26 through 30.